What's up YouTube, General NX here. This deck will have a Clash Royale Arena article on it, and I'll post the link in the description when it's released. This deck managed to bring me to 4th in a 1000 man tournament for the Crown Championship, which I thought was pretty cool. The entire tournament I only had 1 3 crown, which is still pretty amazing. When playing Control, you want to stop all the pushes and win what I call the chip war. It's so important that you win the chip war because you lose if you don't. Remember not to play too aggressively, as your main defense is Pekka, who does cost a hefty 7 elixir. However, she's so great on defense that I feel the investment is worth it. She's more spell resistant than Inferno Tower. This deck was originally made a while ago, but I really like it because I brought my 2 favorite playstyles together, Pekka and Miner. In some of these battles, you'll see the Pekka acts as a defensive wall, while Miner is your main win condition. In a bait matchup, you're almost never going to play her Pekka, but she does provide a bit of defense against potential Hog Riders and other mini tanks. My starting hand isn't great, so the best option is to cycle with Skeletons. My opponent does the same, but only with Knight. Since Furnace is next in my cycle, Mega Minion is the safest cycle card on hand. Still trying to figure out what deck he's using? That Princess tells me what he's brought to the fight. A Log Bait. That's a decent poison, as it chips the tower and kills the Princess. A super aggressive push is on the left as I deploy my Furnace. While the gang is dead, the barrel will do a lot of damage because I don't have a log. I finally have Miner, so I send him in to do some chip. I add Skeletons for more of a threat, which end up dying to the log. Princess is used to kill my Furnace, but a Mega Minion can one-tap her. The placement is perfect as he kills the Princess, then focuses on the incoming Knight. A Goblin Gang is used to distract my troops, but that one Fire Spirit takes half of them out. I cycle with Electro Wizard, and he'll stop most of the chip damage on the left. I have another Furnace. I place it as Ice Spirit as deployed. It's not willing to take any chip, so Knight is used to tank my Electro Wizard. I deploy my Miner as a Goblin Barrel is thrown my way. Skeletons take care of the Knight and the log kills the Goblins. However, that Goblin Gang is threatening, but the Furnace will take them out. That Princess is in a good spot for me to poison, as it kills her and chips the tower that I'm going after. My opponent knows how to stop Furnace with the 5-2 Inferno Tower plant, which is 5 tiles from the river and 2 from the tower. Surprisingly, this plant actually stops Fire Spirits from hitting your tower, so you might want to try it out. I leak a little elixir waiting for my previous Furnace to die, and I send in a Miner for chip. However, I do not have a log yet, so I use a Mega Minion. However, the rocket takes him out, causing me to take some serious damage from the Goblins. My Miner dies quickly under the Goblin Gang. However, the tower is getting low, so chipping it out is a pretty high priority for me. My opponent cycles with Knight. I know that a Goblin Barrel will be coming my way. I notice that the Goblin Barrel is not flying normally, so I have to watch where it lands. Pekka acts as a great wall, as the log is used to kill the Goblins. My Electro Wizard doesn't actually kill the tower, but poison will finish it off. Poison isn't needed though, because Miner does take it out. Inferno Tower will kill my Pekka, but I don't need her for offense. I drop a mistake Electro Wizard, but he does help out against the Knight. That rocket will bring my tower incredibly low, but the opponent doesn't quite have log in cycle yet. I send in a Miner just in case I lose the tower, but there isn't enough time for the log to finish off my tower. This game's starting hand is much better than last game's, but it is a harder matchup because we're facing a 3 Musketeer cycle deck. Against these decks, it's important that you kill the pumps sometimes so they can't outcycle your Pekka or poison, depending on what you use to counter the Musketeers. I start with the Furnace and defend the Battle Ram with my Electro Wizard. I use the log to take out the Ice Spirit, and leftover Skeletons to make my life easier. I have Miner on hand, so I play aggressive and rush in with the Miner Skeletons push. Skeletons add much more threat to any push, which is great at forcing a reaction out of your opponent. Here, they force the Goblin Gang, which most of them die to the Furnace. As you can see, I ignore the first pup because I know I can still win if they only have 1 pup. However, I destroy some of the later ones so the advantage gets to go over the top. The safest thing for me to do is to cycle with Mega Minion in the back, as I don't have any good plays available. The opponent cycles with Knight and Ice Spirit, and at this point I've seen enough cards to know what deck they're using. Another Furnace will act as a defensive structure that chips the tower. I send in a Miner to destroy the new pump, and to take for some of the troops I have on the ground. He is met with Skeletons and Knight, who take him out. Skeletons will pull and kill the knight, but the opponent is starting to build up many pumps. I want to reduce the lifetime drastically, so I poison the pump and start thinking about my defense to 3 musketeers. As you can see, my opponent is already hovering 3 musketeers because they know that this will be their best chance to attack. Pekka will be my secret defense weapon, as they do not know that I have her yet. I don't want to leak any elixir, so I use Mega Minion in the back. The opponent uses a battle ram to support the lone musketeer, and a knight to support the 2 musketeers. The bigger threat is on the right side, so I use Pekka on that side. Log and Mega Minion kill the battle ram, and skeletons will kill the lone musketeer. Pekka still has some HP left, so she'll make a good tank for my miner. I send in a miner poison to chip and clear any swarms. The poison pays off, killing the goblin gang and skeletons. However, now I have no pump reaction to kill any pumps. I bank elixir with the furnace. My opponent uses a knight. I know that 3 musketeers will be coming soon, so I cycle to poison. They're placed in the middle, so I can poison 2 musketeers and chip the tower. Another battle ram is used to support the 1 musketeer. The goblin gang dies to furnace, and the log takes out the push on the left side. As the push on the left dies out, knight is used in the middle to cycle. I rush in with a minor poison in an attempt to chip out the tower. It's an interesting battle ram. Electro Wizard will easily shut down those leftover troops. 3 musketeers are split right at the river, and I don't have Pekka quite yet. However, they end up separating themselves, which is pretty good for me. However, my skeletons do die to Ice Spirit, and there's still 2 musketeers on the left. A goblin gang is used to support them, and they kill my Mega Minion. However, Electro Wizard will shot all of them down. The tower is really low, so a miner can easily finish it off. There's nothing to meet the miner, and he takes the tower. Against control decks, you want to chip faster than they can chip you. You don't have a reliable counter to miner, as skeletons die very quickly to poison or any spells. However, you have more offense than them, as you have both Furnace and Pekka, which is more offense than most control decks carry. We both start safe by dropping troops in the back, cycling our cards. I go in with the Miner Skeletons combo, which forces a log out of my opponent. There's an enemy knight on the field, which my Electro Wizard can take out with ease. However, my opponent uses Electro Wizard as well to take out my Mega Minion. I use a Furnace to help defend the Electro Wizard and act as an offensive chip. With my Electro Wizard on the field, he gets shut down by a knight. I cycled with Mega Minion and Skeletons and rush in with an aggressive miner. My opponent does not want to take that, and he logs down all the small troops. I forgot about the knight on the left, and they only have a log to meet him. An Electro Wizard is used to clean up my push, but I've still got more damage on the tower than he does. A minor poison is used on my tower, and I only have Electro Wizard to play defense. Those troops will deal some damage. My furnace went down in that fight, so I replace it and get more fire spirits cooking. Again, knight is used to take out my mini push. And I do have skeletons distract that knight and kill him, which will cycle my deck at the same time. I have enough elixir, so I can send in a miner for chip damage. Again, a log is used, but in the end, it only takes out 1 skeleton. However, Ice Spirit and skeletons are also used to take out my miner. An Electro Wizard is used to attack my furnace. I use Pekka in the back to act as a wall before I use Mega Minion to take out the Electro Wizard. A knight takes out my Mega Minion, and I support the Pekka with an Electro Wizard. A minor poison combo is dropped onto my tower, and it ends up taking out my reactive skeletons. As expected, an Inferno Tower is deployed to kill my Pekka, but she's still tanking, so I use a miner. I drop a poison in front to chip the tower, but it does not take out those skeletons though. Pekka takes out the knight, and which clears the path for my Electro Wizard to do some chip. A late Ice Spirit is used, but it dies to my furnace. I cycle with Mega Minion and skeletons once again. An Electro Wizard is used to defend, but miraculously, my Mega Minion still gets off 1 shot onto the tower. I use another Pekka in the back, and another minor poison is dropped. Electro Wizard will defend that pretty decently. Now I have 2 furnaces on the field, which is double the firepower. I use a Mega Minion to distract the Inferno Tower and deploy a miner to start chipping. The poison pays off as it kills the skeletons. My miner actually takes out that Electro Wizard as well. Since I played so many cards there, I've cycled back to another furnace, which still have half the lifetime on the other one. Hopefully, Megumin will tank for all those fire spirits, and so will the miner. The log and fire spirits crash into the tower, bringing with it a 1-0 victory. This deck is one of my absolute best challenge decks of all time. The first time I used it, I got 12-1 in a classic challenge. I've yet to try in a grand challenge, but I'm very optimistic for the results. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. It really means a lot to me as my channel is pretty small. This has been General NX, signing out. See you all next time.